Hello everyone, Michael the Librarian of Magic here, finding and cataloging the magic and pointing you to it. Back again today, October the 3rd, with another drawing of a Disney villain video for you today. The same disclaimers in the other videos apply to this video as they did. See the other videos for those disclaimers. But yeah, they still apply. So I'm just going to jump right into it and show you what I have for today. Here is my next drawing, and it is Professor Ratigan from The Great Mouse Detective, 1986. Now let me just say off the top that The Great Mouse Detective, in my opinion, is a really underrated Disney movie, which makes Professor Ratigan a really underrated Disney villain. It is absolutely worth a rewatch, and if you've never seen it at all, I really encourage you to go watch it. It's a really fun one. It's based on the books Basil of Baker Street, which are themselves based on Sherlock Holmes. They're basically about a mouse named Basil who lives in the same house as Sherlock Holmes, and he's sort of also a mouse detective in Sherlock Holmes style, and has a mouse friend sort of like his Watson. And Professor Ratigan here is based on Sherlock's nemesis, Professor Moriarty, and he's Basil's great nemesis. And Professor Ratigan is this excellently designed and animated rat. This image right here, actually, I found a tutorial online to produce this image, but this still, if you look it up, is this exact image is actually literally from the film during the song "The World's Greatest Criminal Mind." And I was really happy to draw this one because that song is the reason why I like this villain so much. It may become obvious to you already or as time goes on, but if a villain has a good song in a Disney movie, I tend to like that villain pretty well. But also, this was a really indelible song and a really memorable villain for me because when I was growing up, we had those Disney sing-along videos on VHS. Did anybody else grow up with those, remember those, or learn Disney songs from those? Anyway, we had a volume called Be Our Guest, which had a lot of the Beauty and the Beast songs on it that my sister watched over and over and over again. But this song, World's Greatest Criminal Mind, was also on that video, and I remember watching that a bunch of times and really liking this villain because of that song. So I knew the song and the segment before I even saw this movie in its entirety, but I really love that character design. So nefarious with his cape and his cane and his hat. And in the film, he's a really evil villain. He is awesomely voiced by Vincent Price, which is another cool thing that's attractive. If you don't know anything about Vincent Price, he was in a lot of cool horror specials and horror movies way back in the day, like in the 50s and 60s and stuff. And just a really, really cool director and actor with a really memorable voice. He was also like a villain on the 1960s Batman show. And he just did a lot of things about that, like Halloween specials on TV. And he was just a really cool villain voice and just a really cool personality. And the song World's Greatest Criminal Mind was written by Henry Mancini, which, if you aren't familiar with his work, he also composed the theme to the Pink Panther, which is very widely known, and a bunch of other compositions for movies and TV shows and stuff like that. Henry Mancini, if you don't know him by name, you probably know his music. But yeah, look him up and find him. He's a really well-known composer, and he outdid himself with this song for a Disney villain. Another great tidbit that I found out there is apparently Professor Ratigan used to be a walk-around character at the Disney parks when the movie first came out in the 80s, and rumor has it that they retired the character because he was really scary for children. And he's pretty scary in the movies too. He's very mean and has some really cruel plots and facial expressions. There were also originally lyrics in this song that were too unfamily friendly, so they took them out of the song. They were about like throwing mice into the river and trying to shoot them if they resurfaced and stuff. Like it was like pretty questionable lyrics. And even with taking some of those lyrics out, they left some in that were about drowning widows and orphans that are still actually in the song. So he's a pretty dark villain as far as Disney villains go, but I just love his design so much. I love that he's a rat. in a world of mice, and he really hates being called a rat. I just really dig this character a lot. So I have a lot of cool memories of it too. It's a very nostalgic character because of the sing-along videos, like I said. But I'm really, really pleased with how this drawing turned out. I thought it really went well, and I feel like it's kind of an improvement on some of my other drawings, if you ask me. But anyway, I'm just really glad with the job that I did. So that's my drawing for October the 3rd, Professor Ratigan. I hope that you really enjoyed it. I hope that it might inspire you to just feel a little bit of extra magic today, or to do some drawings of your own, or maybe go watch some Disney movies and get yourself into a nice mood or a nice Halloween spirit. Or maybe if you haven't seen The Great Mouse Detective, maybe you'll want to go see it now because you checked out my drawing. Maybe you haven't seen that one. It's one of the lesser known Disney animated classics, but really, really worth a watch if you've never checked it out. So hopefully that inspires some people to do that too. Thanks for watching my video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up or give me a comment below and let me know if you like this content, or if you have done any drawings of your own, or what sorts of things put you in a magical mood. I would like to know that. Or also, did you have those Disney sing-along videos when you were growing up like I did? Because that's a cool nostalgic thing. And there were a bunch of them. There were like, I don't know, 15 volumes or something. We only had a few of them, but I really know some like really lesser known Disney songs because of those videos. So that's a really fun memory to have. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my Ratigan drawing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.